Osimhen is one of the world's best strikers, one of the best strikers in the world, and there's no argument about that. If you're arguing it, then you must be living on a different planet. So I think he's in the same realm as your Harry Kane, your Erling Haalands, and your Lewandowski's and all. But does it feel like playing for the Nigerian Super Eagles, he has his arms, not just one arm, both arms tied behind his back, and he's having to swim against the tide? Because you see the goals he scores, you see some goals he misses, and then he's compared to the likes of Erling Haaland, and people say, oh, Erling Haaland is that great, he wouldn't have missed those chances. But do we ask ourselves this question: what is the difference between Victor Osimhen, Erling Haaland, Harry Kane, R9, Ronaldo Nazário, who people call the phenomenal, my favorite player ever, and I put him as the third best, player of all time behind Maradona and Pelé. That's just my personal opinion. I know people have Messi and Cristiano and all that, but what is the major difference between Victor Osimhen and all these great players? Erling Haaland playing for Norway, he has Martin Odegaard behind him. Harry Kane playing for England, he's got Foden, he's got Bellingham, he's got Cole Palmer still to come back behind him. Ronaldo da Lima, he had Ronaldinho, Rivaldo behind him. So you see the type of players they have, you see the quality that they have creating for them. Because in today's football, scratch that, in football in general, the midfield is the engine. A striker in many occasions a striker is as good as the midfield he has behind him, creating opportunities. In all these games you've watched so far in this World Cup qualifying cycle so far, you watch the main World Cup qualifying cycle, you watch the playoffs themselves, when Nigeria fell at the final hurdle for the African region. You look at the midfield, you've got Iwobi and Wilfred Ndidi. Those are the creative forces you have behind Victor Osimhen. Now, what do you expect him to do? And for one, I have been calling this out time and time again. I said the midfield isn't good enough. Victor Osimhen is having to do crazy things. You say, oh, Paul, Erling Haaland, look at what he does in the Premier League. Do you remember De Bruyne behind him? Do you remember that player? Even right now, you see has Foden behind him. Look at for Bayern Munich, Harry Kane has Olise creating for him. So the midfield is so super important. And for whatever reason, in Nigeria, we take it for granted. Look at the midfield going into the playoffs. Ndidi and Iwobi. And as bad as they were, or rather as bad as they have been, look at the bench. You've got Al-Hassan Yusuf. Rafael Onyedika, for whatever reason, is not deemed to be good enough, which is strange to me because he plays in Champions League games, wins Man of the Match awards, but apparently he's not good enough to play for the Nigerian Super Eagles. That's absolute madness to me. I don't know what you think. So if Nigeria indeed wants to get the best out of Victor Osimhen and don't want to in, let's say, the next 6-7 years, when maybe his career is done, or let's say even 10 years his career is done, you don't want to sit back and think, did we really miss out on this player? Did we really maximize his ability, his potential? Because you're not giving him the tools. You can't expect him game after game after game to carry the team on his head to make, I wouldn't even call them half chances, I'll call them quarter chances, even that, to score goals. You can't expect him to do it game after game after game after game. Give him some help. Nigeria seems to be the only country where they refuse to build around your best player. Harry Kane, the whole England team is built around him. Norway, the whole Norwegian team, Oscar Bob, Odegaard, Antonio Nusa, everything they do is geared around getting the ball to Erling Haaland to score goals. But in Nigeria, it just isn't the case. Why is that? Why is that? It's just pure stupidity for me. pure stupidity, because there's no way you look at Al Hassan Yusuf and look at Uche Christensen and say, you know what, yeah, I'll go with Al Hassan Yusuf. That guy that hasn't played barely 5 games, in the MLS, I think he's good enough to start over Christensen. He's good enough to start over Iwobi. He's good enough to start over Onyedika that plays Champions League fixtures. It's absolute madness to me. And I think we're even lucky that Victor Osimhen has scored as many goals as he scored for Nigerian Super Eagles. The midfield needs to be worked on. It really does. If not, Nigeria isn't going anywhere. That's just the sincere truth. So that's my opinion. I want to know what you think. Let me know your opinions in the comment section, and subscribe to the channel if you're new. And I'll see you on another video. Stay well, stay blessed.